Hey there everyone, this is Cloud Chief, and in today's video I wanted to talk about January 2018's Volume 1 Ambuscade. When this first came out, I heard a lot of people complaining about how difficult it is, but after getting in a few groups and doing it, I honestly don't think it's that hard. And the other nice thing about this month's Ambuscade is that the only real job that's excluded from being able to really contribute would be Black Mage, just because you can't really cast on any of the mobs. If you cast on the mobs will counter, with some kind of move, like potentially Charm and just other nasty stuff. So you don't want to cast anything against the mobs, except for, of course, sleep. If the mobs are slept, they won't counter. This is important too if you're playing a tank job. You don't want to flash any of the mobs unless you're 100% sure they're asleep. Because if they're slept, then you won't need to worry about it. The main goal of this month's Ambuscade is to remove the aura off of the mobs. If you look right now, you'll all see that the mobs have a glowing aura about them. Now, there are two ways from my understanding to remove the aura. There might be more. One way is to do skill chains of the element that you see. So, like if you see the one that's glowing purple, you would want to do gravitation. The one that's, blue, fragmentation, green, distortion, and, essentially do that. Another way is to just hit the mob with enough critical hit moves, and I think this move is better to do to try and remove the aura, is just have crit jobs like Thief, Ninja, light DPS that are going to do more crits, and you just melee the mobs and don't weapon skill at all until the aura is off. As soon as the aura is off, you go to blow up the mobs. I've seen people want to use Sam and skill chain to get the mob off, but the thing is they need to use like an actual Sobero, not the 119 Sobero, because the ads don't have a ton of health. So, and you need to skill chain multiple times if you're doing the skill chain method to break the aura. So, it's possible to kill the mob without breaking the aura, which is going to have the mega boss be even stronger. So pretty much the strategy is you want to have your tank run in and grab all the mobs, and then get hate and run to the corner and super tank them, while you have your melees remove the aura off of the mobs. I recommend using the crit method. However, you can of course use the skill chain method if that's how you want to set up your party. There are 4 ads and then the mega boss. There is a mage, which is like a white mage, black mage. There's a dragoon, there's a monk, and there's a paladin. To note, the paladin and the monk both have hate resets. The paladin will hate reset when he uses invincible, and the monk will hate reset when he does hydro shot. So the monk has the potential to hate reset multiple times. Also, the dragoon has, at least on difficult and very difficult, 3 wyvern pets. Although they will either die or be absorbed when he uses his 2-hour, or just when he dies, the ads will disappear, so you don't need to worry about taking them out. So if you're the tank, you do want to be aware of the hate resets, especially since, of course, the monk will 100 fists. So be ready for that. I highly recommend you set up a strategy so that way you're breaking up the monk and the paladin, so you're not fighting them back to back, because that'll make it easier for the tank to be able to keep hate. The best order to probably take the ads in would be the paladin first, then the dragoon, then the monk, then the mage. That way you're dealing with the hate resets. You're taking out the dragoon somewhat early, so that way all wyverns will be down, and you're only having the mega boss to deal with for when the mage will actually use benediction, because benediction will wake up the ads. From my understanding, but I'm not 100% sure, it needs to be a light-based sleep, so therefore Bard is highly sought after for this month's Ambuscade to be able to sleep all the mobs and be able to buff everyone. Once all the ads are down, you will then have the Mega Boss. The Mega Boss will be weaker as long as you make sure that you skill chain on all the mobs. But then the Mega Boss will also, at 75%, 50%, 25%, and 10%, will start casting an elemental wheel, and he will get an aura. You need to do a light skill chain and a dark skill chain at that point to break the aura. If the aura is not broken before he finishes going through his elemental wheel cast, he will do the Ninja 2-hour and blow up, which will do ridiculous amounts of damage unless you have him like really low, be below 5% HP, and possibly wipe the party. Which is one reason why ninjas are very highly sought after for this, because you can use your one move that if you take high damage, you don't take any damage, and so that way you can actually stay up, hold the boss, and recover. However, as long as your party is coordinated and doing the, light and dark skill chains, it's not a problem. I had one party that was like struggling with that, and once I told them I was like, do light and then follow it by darkness to get the aura off, after that, they didn't have any more issues. And that's pretty much it for this month's Ambuscade. It's honestly easier than a lot of the other months, and I also like it because there's not really any jobs that are being, excluded this month, except for really Black Mage. Red Mage could come in and heal. If you have a really good tank, it's not that hard, to heal. Like, I'm not taking a ton of damage. If you are tanking, you want to go more physical base. There's not a lot of magic damage coming in, so like if you're paladin, you're going to want to be using O-chain, and make sure you have shield block stuff on. Just go for that over like magic defensive bonus and stuff. But overall, it's a pretty easy Ambuscade, and I like it. It's not that difficult, and it's easy to get points. And I think anyone could jump in and do it this month. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the channel, and may you have success in all you do.